Hello and welcome to another exciting matchup of Echo Arena on VRML Channel 2. I'm SputnikKobra. I am your caster for tonight, and we will be watching Forecast versus Inferno. These teams I'm not too familiar with, but I'm excited to see how they play tonight. And checking chat, Glitzel saying, hey Sputnik, Yo Icy saying, hey Sputnik, Mike's so powerful. Let me come through with this. We just got a new updated package and I have to set some of the levels. And Loosely Goose is my brother. He gonna clap. Thank you, the Law Dash, for that one. So with that being said, I'm gonna send the ready up and we're gonna get started with this game. And I know who Armin is. I know he is Soisy. He didn't really keep that one under wraps for too long. So Armin has to leave the match. And he just left the match. So, surprise, surprise. And we're about to be underway with this. And Proton 22 VR coming in saying, go Inferno. And Burden cheering on Forecast. So everyone's showing their support for their teams. They want to see their teams win. Because who really wants to see their teams lose? And Forecast being 3-3 so far. And Inferno with a 3-1 record. And Armin, you have to get out of this match. My day has been going well. Just trying to get all these matches that I can. We've had two earlier matches that, due to difficulties, we couldn't get them started. But with that being said, we will be underway with this first round. And with a neutral joust countdown beginning, we will see who will win this. It will be won by Forecast, but they're not able to retrieve it. It will bounce back into the hands of Inferno. It will be bouncing around the floor, picked up by that Inferno stack, sent through that tube, missing that backline player of Forecast. And at the wall, it will be picked up by Loosey Goosey. Teams swapped. Let me fix that real quick. It'll be sent down to the floor. So we are now on the right teams. Armin being on Inferno. And that pass coming behind the backboard, behind the goal. So Boston will pick it up with the assist by ZE Gunslinger. That's the first 2 points of the game. And thank you for that, chat. And no Zen Chiggle, I will not say that. So Impulse sending it down to the floor. Gonna get into the hands of Zuko. Zuko under pressure from that stack. Able to get that pass off. It will not meet its target. It will bounce wide out of the bubble. And at the floor is Impulse. Impulse looking for an opportunity. Sending it cross to Loosey Goosey. Loosey Goosey finding that anchor shot right near that pocket at 6 meters. So it won't be a 3. His hand will go in front of the bubble. But a nice quick anchor shot from Loosey Goosey. So approaching 2 minutes off the clock, it's tied up. Joust advantage now to Forecast. Matt Miko to QB, sending it wide through that tube, but will get its way through. But it will be a turnover. Armin sending it down court. Will bounce down and towards that bubble. Picking it up, Matt Miko trying to find it out of that bubble. It will be a turnover to Zuko. Zuko making a drive towards the goal, taking that shot. Armin just running interference on that goalie, not allowing him to find that stop. So Zuko with that nice 7-meter too. And Boston was a founding member. I don't know what that is in regards to, but now with the lead will be Inferno. Joust advantage back to forecast. Matt Miko 2QB under pressure, setting it left. It will not meet its target. And bounce back into the hands of Zuko. Zuko's got an open goal and he's going to take it. So at 8 meters, he'll find that 3. It's now a 5-point lead to Inferno. Inferno really able to capitalize on these turnovers. Forecast not able to find their passes on Joust advantage. So now with Joust advantage, Matt Miko 2QB once again setting it right tube. Will be slightly ahead of its target, bouncing down towards that floor. And Impulse will get at the back line, sending it to Loosey Goosey. And Loosey Goosey will clear it, so the stack's coming through. Forecast trying to get in their bubble. It will be Boston now with possession. Boston under pressure, sending it forward, getting into the hands of Sea Savages. Sea Savages will get stunned out. And Inferno will be quick to retrieve it. Under pressure, though, will be a loose disc at mid. And that backstack will come through with the clear. Maybe a long shot attempt. It's going to be off target. Bouncing back towards mid. Will sail past those players. So Boston now with possession. As a defensive player approaching. Not able to get away from him. Impulse will get that stun. Send it back to the goalie. The goalie will send that clear. It's up to their stack now to meet it. And looking for possession at ceiling will be a member of Inferno. Inferno sending it forward. That one's going to bounce out. So Impulse now at the floor. Going for that pass. Getting it to Zuko. Zuko with another drive towards the goal. Going to go from Nest. He's going to take that shot. That's another 2 points. Zuko maybe thinking about going for that anchor shot 3. Moving up to Nest. Just reorients. Finds that shot on the goal. So with the assist by Impulse. Zuko with the shot. That's now a 7-point lead to Inferno. And they're not going to make that pass. So Matt Miko will pick it right back up. Send it through tube. And looking to retrieve it will be Inferno. Loosey Goosey now with the clear of his own. Bouncing past that backline player. And that stack coming through. And that's another 2 points to Inferno. Impulse with the reception and the put in at 4 meters. So we're now past that halftime mark of the first round. A 9-point lead to Inferno. Joust advantage now to forecast. Boston with possession. They're trading out Boston for Matt Miko. Boston does find that pass to Sea Savages in tube. Sea Savages under pressure will lose it. A transfer in possession off that steal back to Boston. Boston sending it now into the bubble. Loosey Goosey will find that pickup. Find that forward pass to Impulse. So Inferno getting it forward, getting another clear into the bubble of Forecast. Forecast has to look to start converting on their offensive possessions. They'll try and get it out of their backcourt. Sending it forward, though, will be that backline player, Loosey Goosey. Now going for that bounce shot. It's not going to be on target, but picking it up will be Armin, and Armin will put it in handily at 3 meters. So it's now an 11-point lead, and Inferno really just controlling the pace, shutting down the Joust advantage. Not allowing Forecast to really get a foothold. So Joust advantage back to Forecast. Boston to QB, swapping out for Matt Miko. A steal will come in, but the stun and the trade back will come through, and a lot of stuns at mid. That stack looking to retrieve it. Another series of stuns coming at the backcourt of Inferno. Inferno now with possession in the Forecast court, and Zuko with that 18-meter, 14-meter a second 3, extending the lead by another 3 points. And yo, Icy, what's up? How are you doing? So 3 minutes now on the clock. Matt Miko 2QB swapping out for Boston, so they seem to be trading out their QBs, trying to find a rhythm against this Inferno team. They'll lose possession. Loosey Goosey now with it. Just taking his time, sending it to the floor. Trying to get that give and go will be a player from Inferno. They're unable to hit its target though. Stun will come through, transfer in possession. Boston trying to find that clear. It's not going to be on, so another clear attempt coming through. That one will be good. It will bounce down towards the bubble of Inferno, but Inferno so quick to retreat, so quick to recover. They'll find possession. And a stun will come through, so Boston now going for that long shot. Won't be on target. It will be picked up by Loosey Goosey. So a lot of clears from both of these teams. Inferno able to recover on their clears, and the shot coming through. So Impulse, talk about clears, talk about getting down court. Impulse and Zuko working together. Zuko at the back line, sending that clear off the floor, and Impulse with his boosting partner will get down court on that stack, find it in the bubble, and put another 2 points on the board. And with another clear attempt on that joust advantage, it will be picked up by Inferno. Inferno clearing it into the bubble of Forecast. Picking it up will be Armin. Armin losing it off that stun. Gunslinger not able to find that clear, but picking it right back up will be Gunslinger off the stack. And trying to get down court is this Forecast team. Getting it will be Gunslinger. Gunslinger will find 2 points. So they will end that scoring drought, putting 2 more points on the board. Only a 14-point deficit now. But with 70 seconds on the clock, it's going to be hard to do anything. So now joust advantage to Inferno. Impulse to QB. Sending it wide right, high above its target. And be picked up by Sea Savages for the clear through tube as well. Backline player Loosey Goosey there though to pick it up. Sending it mid to Impulse. Impulse going for a long shot. It's going to bounce off shield, almost finding that angle. Armin to pick it up, making the drive towards goal. Getting it off the backboard, finding in that lower pocket from behind. 21-4 now. With this sizable lead in the first round, Inferno will definitely take round 1. So with joust advantage now and sending that interception to Inferno will be picked up by Impulse, and Impulse sending it in. That is the first round to Inferno on the Mercy, and time will run out. And it looks like my replays are broken, so that is unfortunate. But it will be 24-4 to Inferno in the first round. So Inferno looking to extend their win record to 4-1 after this matchup. Forecast trying to stay at least even, trying to pull ahead from their 50% win rate. And Sheep Snuckle saying, "Put me in, coach." So with the start of this second round, let's see if Forecast can find a rhythm against this Inferno defense, especially during joust advantage. The neutral joust underway. It will be won by Forecast, knocking it down towards the backcourt of Inferno. Loosey Goosey to pick it up. Going for that long shot. That one's going to be off target, but picking it up will be Zuko. And the shot stop coming through. I don't know if that bounced off a player's head, but a nice stop from Forecast. Inferno will find that pass into the bubble. Zuko setting it for that cross, and Armin's going to power that one in. The goalie would get a hand on him, but not able to get a hand on that disc. He'll be thrown back into the goal. That's a 2-point lead now to Inferno to start off the second round. That will be picked up by Boston. Boston sending it to right wall. And Gunslinger sending it back to Boston. Boston not seeing that oncoming player. Impulse finding the shot. Finding the 3 points off that steal at 20 meters from the trench. Throwing his hands up. A little bit of twirling from Inferno in celebration. So a minute off the clock. Already a 5-point lead to Inferno. Boston to pick it up, sending it high above its target. It will bounce down towards the bubble and almost go into the goal. So they almost pulled off that 3-pointer. That unintentional 3-pointer will be picked up by Zuko. Zuko sending it forward to Impulse. Impulse under pressure, not getting rid of it yet, but getting rid of it now. Will bounce off the upper wall, off the ceiling, and it will be slapped out of the bubble. So Forecast can take that time to get into position. Will be picked up by a member of Forecast, sent down towards that bubble of Inferno. It will bounce past the first one, but the second one will pick it up. He won't be able to find the shot, though. That was an open goal opportunity for Forecast. Loosey Goosey now with it, sending it to the tube. C Savage is shutting down that angle, finding that forward pass to Boston. So they have to capitalize on this. They need to get in position. They have an attempt, sending it forward with that slow pass. It's a little too slow, so this Inferno defense will shut that one down. Recovering it will be Forecast, sending it to Bowtie. Matt Miko now sending it forward. That one's not going to be on target. So C Savages will pick up that rebound. He's going to a pass at ceiling, and making the attempt will be Gunslinger, but can't find it. It will bounce off the lower part of the crossbar. Matt Miko now trying to power that one through the defense, and shutting it down would be Zuko. Sending his clear through mid, and that stack coming through. They have an opportunity. All 3 players in the bubble. The 4th player out at Bowtie and trying to find it. Zuko will off the rebound, off the ding. So that is 2 more points to Inferno. And just a missed opportunity from Forecast. They had an open 3 opportunity, not able to sink that one. And they tried to get that shot. ZE Gunslinger would not be able to sink that one in. So they were able to get outside the bubble, but they need to slow it down. And losing possession would be Boston. Gunslinger getting stunned out. Zuko now looking at this 2v1 opportunity and trying to find the headbutt. Would be Boston, but just not there in time. So Zuko is going to find that 8-meter 3. 6 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock now. That's a 10-point lead to Inferno. So Joust advantage back to Forecast. Boston to QB. Not able to find that pass through mid. Will be picked up by Armin. Armin sending that forward pass above Ness. Zuko now looking at open goal. Looks like a little bit of a basketball swish there. Kind of throwing that wrist forward. Snapping it. And with a little bit of flair, he'll find that 3 points at 8 meters. So now at 12. Actually, excuse me. I'll find 2 points at 8 meters. So that wasn't a 3. With 5 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock. More than enough time for Forecast to come back. Boston to QB. He needs to find these opportunities. We'll find that pass. He needs to get back and disable that stack from Inferno. So they will get it up to Gunslinger. Gunslinger looking for that cross. It's going to be slightly ahead of its target. And be picked up at the wall by Armin. Armin sending it back to the goalie, Loosey Goosey. Loosey Goosey under pressure, sending that short pass to Armin. Armin's not able to get it through. Will bounce down to the floor. Another bounce from a pass attempt. And be picked up by Zuko. Zuko sending it clear. Impulse finding the pass. Sending it forward. So good short passing. And Armin not able to sink that one. Will bounce up to the ceiling. Gunslinger will lose it off the head of Armin. It's now loose disc. It will come away with it. Will be Impulse. Impulse looking for an opportunity, sending it mid to Zuko. Zuko looking forward to Armin. Excuse me, off the backboard will be Loosey Goosey. Finding that pass to Loosey Goosey. Armin would be above the goal at Nest. So Loosey Goosey really finding that anchor shot with a twirl, getting it off the backboard. That's 6 meters. That's another 2 points. So forecast once again to QB. Boston now with possession. He'll find that block. He'll find the clear. This is a chance for Forecast to put points on the board in the second round. It will bounce out of the bubble. They should have found their stack to be able to meet it instead of just floating to it individually. And that clear might have been on, but it will be picked up by Forecast, able to recover. So Boston now with possession. Incoming stack from Inferno. Sending it forward to the Gunslinger. Gunslinger looking for an opportunity. He's got 2 players converging on him. And it won't be on target. Another slap through coming out from Forecast. Forecast slapping it down court once again. Stuns coming through at mid. Inferno looking to recover. They will have it in the bubble. So Zuko now with possession. Sending it off the floor. It will bounce around and into the tube. And Matt Miko now with it. Sending it forward for that interception. So Forecast just really not able to find their positioning, their placement, and that shot coming through, that one's not going to be on target. And the slap out coming through from Forecast. So Forecast not really able to find their positioning, their passes, not able to connect on their passes, maybe feeling really rushed, feeling the defensive pressure from Inferno. Going off the backboard, that one's not going to be good. And the pass up to Nest. Armin going to go off the backboard once again. And that one's going to bounce out. See Savage is now with it, sending it through mid. It will bounce off the ceiling and into the hands of Boston. And Boston is going to try and get through this defense. Will be stunned out. Impulse now with it. Sending it to back line. Loosey Goosey going for the clear, but that interception is going to stop that. An open goal opportunity, but not able to sink it. So they're really feeling this pressure from Inferno. They're not able to sink their open goal opportunities. Boston going off the backboard. That one's going to find its way in. So Boston will find 2 points. He will break the scoreless streak in the second round. The assist by Gunslinger. So at 7 meters, 16 meters a second out of his hand. 8 off the backboard. That's 2 points with approaching 2 minutes on the clock. And getting that dodge will be Impulse on that incoming Forecast stack. But not able to find that follow-up pass. It will bounce around and trap. We picked up by C Savages for the clear. There's another chance for Forecast to get down court. A crash out will come through from a member of Inferno. And finding 2 points, so capitalizing on that, will be Gunslinger. That's 4 points on the board. So finding some momentum in this second round, but it's too little time. And with that being said, we will have a timeout. So in this second round, Forecast able to find some momentum, albeit too late in the round, but they're able to get going. And looks like a player will swap teams to talk about what is happening. And as we wait for this player to rejoin, checking chat, Super Squid Cat Live, thank you for following. Yo, Icy, thank you for following. The Mushroom Ninja, thank you for following as well. And Neptune 287. And as the players just try and interact with that disc, they're just slapping around, killing time until their player rejoins. So I believe that player was I don't actually remember. It was Armin, Impulse, Loosey Goosey, and someone help me in chat. Zuko. So as we're killing time until Zuko rejoins, this will restart of the round will be at 90 seconds. And it's up to Forecast to capitalize on this, formulate a new strategy, formulate some way to respond to Inferno, find their stacks, find their positioning, find their passes. So Sheepsnuckle will join the match in the absence of Zuko. And Monster Man telling us that they have a sub coming in, so I mean, I'm here. I'm willing to wait. Let's see if we can cut to the player comms.
Yeah, see, yours does that too. It is like weird. Alright, well, it's a goal. Yeah.
We're about to.
And during this moment
Wait, what about sheep?
of time stoppage, I'm gonna get some water.
Is Zuko even on? Alright, I'm inviting Sheep. You like my fucking pull-ups?
We got like a minute left on this pause. So. If we have to unpause, we can unpause. I'm down to play 3v4. It's just gonna.
Oh, he's back?
Sheep join.
Is that him? No, I think that's Sheep. Oh, okay.
So Sheepsnuckle will be joining the match. They will be at full power. And with the 90 seconds on the clock, all they have to do is maintain this lead, this 10-point lead, and they'll have this in 2 rounds.
Oh, so we gotta try scheduling for 8, not 9:30 or 8:30.
And Monster Man, with these solo casts, it's so hard to get some water. Every time you hear me take a pause, I'm definitely drinking water. And that joust advantage will be intercepted at mid. Throwing that pass forward would be, I believe, Impulse. Will bounce off the wall. Boston will pick it up, sending it down court. It's gonna bounce off the back wall. Be picked up by Savages. Savages has this opportunity. He's gonna send it right into the hands of the goalie, Loosey Goosey. So not able to capitalize on that forward positioning. And this long shot coming through, just a wild shot. It's gonna bounce off the wall. He slapped it back by a player of Forecast. And another really forceful pass coming through. It's gonna be off target. That pass is gonna be good, so Sheepsnuckle sending it forward. Now another pass down to floor. Impulse with it, going off the backboard. That one's not gonna be good, and Armin will miss the rebound. Stuns coming through. Sheepsnuckle will be disabled. Another stun coming through by Armin. Armin getting stunned himself, so a flurry of punches coming through, an interception. And Impulse going off the ceiling. That one's not going to be on target. Less than 15 seconds on the clock. Forecast down with possession, not able to find that clear. The Sea Savage is at the floor, trying to get it out of that bubble. And 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and this second round and the series will go to Inferno, 14-4. So with that being said, the first round will be a win to Inferno, 24-4. In the second round will also be won 14-4. Armin coming away with 7 points, 2 saves. Loosey Goosey with 4 points, 3 assists, 2 saves. Zuko with 17 points, 1 save, 21 stuns. Impulse, 10 points, 2 saves, 2 stuns, and 20 stuns. And Sheepsnuckle coming through with 4 stuns in the last few seconds of this round. And on Forecast, we'll have 4 points to Boston, 3 saves to Boston. Matt Miko will find 12 stuns. Gunslinger with 4 points, 2 assists, 3 saves. And Sea Savages will find 1 save and 1 steal. So with that being said, that is the end of this matchup on VRML Channel 2, Inferno versus Forecast. Inferno will find this series win in 2 rounds. And DPMO 999, does this game cause motion sickness or not too much? It really depends on how prone you are to motion sickness. Some people get motion sick, some people don't. And Sheep Snuckle, you did great, secured the victory for your team. But with that being said, I might get another matchup tonight on VRML Channel 2. I do not know. I might. But this match is done. And with that being said, I'm SputnikKobra. This has been Inferno versus Forecast. This has been VRML Channel 2. And to all those watching, have a great night.
Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.